We're here with Bob to talk a little bit more about the Blackmagic Ursa 4.6 G2. Stay tuned. All right, Bob. This is the G2. I am probably going to be on the pre-order list for one of these as well. Just want to let you know. Unless you guys are, want me to take this one with me, I'll be more than happy. But if not, I just want to talk about the key differences between the G2 and I guess you can call the G1 now.
Yeah, exactly. So the original Ursa Mini Pro was capable up to 60 frames per second in 4K, and this one, the G2, is higher frame rate. So we go to 120 frames per second in 4K and up to 300 frames per second in windowed HD.
Okay. I kind of read a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's true, so I just want to kind of confirm with you maybe or not. What is the frame rate at 2K? Because I heard that there may be a higher frame rate at 2K. I'm not sure if...
Well, so the max frame rate is 400 in windowed HD, which is around 2K. So, but that's where we are for the max frame rate. Yeah.
And so I hear a lot of things like a new sensor. So tell me a little bit more about the insides. What's different inside?
Well, actually, the sensor itself is capable of higher frame rates, obviously. We added some more electronics to be able to handle not only that, but also to be able to make the USB-C port in here be able to attach an SSD drive so you can do longer recordings on that. So that's a new feature also for the G2. And it has our Color Science 4.0, which includes Blackmagic RAW.
And let's touch on the newer Color Science and the Blackmagic RAW. And the question I hear a lot of people asking is, will that be available on older models? And if so, how far back do you guys plan to go?
Right, so currently it's available in the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, the Ursa Mini Pro, and the G2, obviously. And we knew that those cameras had the hardware to be able to do Blackmagic RAW, because there needs to be a little bit extra CPU power inside the camera to be able to do that. And then the guys have been working on getting those working. And then they'll try to see if they can put it in any of the older units, obviously, but we're not really sure if there's enough horsepower in those models to be able to do that. But it is something that they'll take a look at, but we can't make any promises.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Any other differences in maybe low light or anything compared to the G1?
Well, what's interesting is the 4.0 Color Science, when we rolled that out in the G1, people were noticing they were getting better low light performance because of that. And it is true, because in analyzing for the Blackmagic RAW recording, we were also able to tweak the sensor response there, and then of course similar in this one as well. So I think people are already seeing better low light performance in the Pros, both 1 and 2.
Perfect, perfect. I guess the thing is, if you have the first 4.6K, is it possible to still match the two cameras in post?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things we're good at. DaVinci Resolve just plays into all of this, and to match into cameras, I mean, not only matching between Blackmagic cameras, but other cameras too. I mean, that's something that we're known for, and it's because we know the color science behind all the different cameras that we're able to do that.
Perfect, perfect. Hey, I definitely want to thank you for your time today. I got one of these on pre-order myself. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I used to own 2 of the 4K cameras. I bought 2 at a time years ago, and they dropped, and I loved it. So again, I want to thank you for your time today.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.